Y'all, I'm gonna make me some little homemade biscuits this morning. My mom's been saying yesterday she wanted a fried bologna with a biscuit, so that's what I'm gonna make her. In this, I've got me a cup of all-purpose flour, and I'm putting a fourth a teaspoon of baking soda to it. Now, I like to freeze my butter before I use it and put it in there, and then I grate some up to put in it. Now, I know a lot of people use lard, Crisco, and stuff like that in their biscuits, but I've never done that. I just always like butter in mine. But either way's good. Either way. I just dropped that butter in there, and I should have mixed this up. Let me go get, well, here's one right here. And we'll get that baking soda all incorporated in the flour. Now we can add our butter to it. You know, when I grate it up, I love to grate it up because when I incorporate the grated butter and all this flour, it's like it's just in every little piece of flour when they come out cooked. Now, I normally roll my biscuits out, but I'm not going to these because my mom, she loves flat biscuits that are well done, almost burnt. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to mix these up and put them in our pan. And I'm going to put me some whole buttermilk to it. Now, you can do this with your hand, however you want to. I like to do it with my hand to get the butter all incorporated in the flour. And then we'll add our buttermilk, and it'll be ready to put in the oven. I grew up on buttermilk biscuits, but my mom, she'd get them things out and put them in a little pan, and she'd flatten them with her hand, and she'd make them flat as a flitter, but she liked them almost burnt. So we're going to get them pretty good and done for her. I can remember that when I was growing up, when she talked about the fried bologna. Now, we grew up on fried bologna. Now, I don't eat it now, but we grew up on that, and my dad would say, I want a fried bologna sandwich. Well, I knew when he wanted that fried bologna sandwich, how he wanted it. He wanted the bacon, the bologna, he wanted it fried up, and it almost black. And then I'd have to chop up some cheese and put that in the pan and melt it. And he would call that his fried cheese. So we'd put that on top of the bologna, then his mayonnaise, and honey put the bread on it. And that was his fried bologna sandwich. But growing up, meat had to be well done. Now they tell you it's not that healthy to do. All right, y'all, I got this mixed up, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my pan, I've greased it, and I'm going to show you how my mom made her biscuits. Okay, now we're ready to put them in our pan. Now I'm just going to spoon drop them. This is the way she would do biscuits when I was growing up. And she'd get her flour. Now, I did put my flour in the little plate I had my butter, but that's okay. I didn't want to mess up another one. So what she would do, she'd get that flour on the back of her hand, and honey, she'd go to flattening these things. Now, she's going to be excited when these come in. They're going to be flattened and pretty well done. Now, they may not be as quite as flat as she likes them, but so now what we're going to do, we're going to get them in the oven. I've got my oven preheated on 475, and we'll bake these probably 10 to 15 minutes, and hopefully they'll come out as flat as she likes them. Okay, y'all, we got them biscuits done. Now you see, this is how she liked it. And honey, she'd go and just break them off to eat them like this. And they're crunchy. Let me listen. They're good. Good and crunchy. There ain't nothing like a good old hot biscuit. Let me get that swallowed. All right, now what we do, I'd cut a little slice in the bacon and we'd put it in my hot frying oil and we'd fry that up. Now they didn't like the big thick bologna. They liked the thin bologna to put on that biscuit. I know a lot of people eat raw bologna and not raw hot dogs now. I can't do that, which I don't eat bologna, so. But I just wanted to show y'all, since my mom wanted a biscuit with bologna on it, how that we grew up eating it. Now I know most people think, well, now this is ready to take up, but it ain't burnt enough yet, because I'm telling you, they love that burnt bologna. But y'all, my mama would burn pork chops. If she cooked hamburger meat for spaghetti or something like that, it's gonna be charcoaled, because she's gonna burn it. So I grew up thinking you had to burn meat for it to be healthy and be done, but that wasn't the case. All right, I think this is about done. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pull this off. Now you see how burnt it is? They probably liked it a little bit burner. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go get me some cheese and I'm gonna show you how we did our fried cheese and made this up. Okay, y'all, this is what we'd do with our cheese. We'd cut that up. We'd put it in our hot frying pan. And we'd let it melt. Now, it had to get real crunchy now. That's probably why I love crunchy food, because everything was burnt and it had a crunchy taste. Y'all see how this is getting the brown on the edges and getting the crunch on the side? It still ain't ready to turn yet. All right, now we're fixing to turn it. Get that and flip it. Now you see how crunchy that is? Now we're ready to make this biscuit up. It's bologna and fried cheese. Oh, that biscuit's hot. All right, now we're ready to take this up. Now y'all look, see how it looks? You're gonna stick it inside that biscuit if I don't burn my hand off. Now you can do this even on bread, like make you a sandwich, ooh, and put you some sliced tomatoes on that with salt and pepper. Now this is what we do. You'd fold that piece of bologna, you'd put it in there. Now, with it being made like this, now you can put mayonnaise, you can put mustard, or just leave it like this. Now y'all, this was what we grew up on, eating fried cheese with fried bologna, and this is gonna be yummy with all that crunch. Y'all go make it and share it with friends and family and make you some sweet memories. And always remember, honey, to smile, because God sure does love you. And no matter what journey that you've walked through or you're walking through, God's got this.